Faster, faster. Come on, you can do it. Quick feet, Mac. Quick feet. Keep it up, Mac. Keep it up. Hit it, kid. Hit it. Come on, Mac. Come on. Faster, faster. Come on, you can do it. Keep it up, Mac. Keep it up.
Game, set. としましょう。背筋が伸びているのを感じて。
Game set.